Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Family Rules Q&A. This is TJ Jackson here with my wife, Frances Jackson.
Hi, guys.
We just premiered the No One music lyric video, the official lyric video, on my personal channel, which is somewhere on this channel. You can find it. But if you want to see that, we will put the link for the No One official lyric video, not on Frances's face, but right around here, right up here. You can click there.
You sure that's a spot?
That's going to be a spot. Yes. Once this is said and done, this is going to be a spot. But we are here to, of course, do another live Q&A where we like to answer your questions, your comments, or anything you want to know about family, relationship, marriage, even personal stuff. For some of it, we don't mind getting into, right, Fran?
Yeah, most of it we're cool with.
Was there anything else? Oh, yeah. If you're enjoying this content, if you are watching this, if you've seen several of our episodes before, we want to remind you to subscribe so that you can get notified when we do go live, and that way you can join us live and ask the questions live, because we love doing this thing because it's live. I don't think we would do this because you could do Q&As where you take questions and you
record it, and then
I like doing live.
Me too.
So there's an energy to it, and it's cool to do. So again, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you are notified when we are live. With that said, Frances, we're going to get straight into it.
Let's do it.
All right. December 12th is today's date, 2020, and the Selena Netflix series has been released, and I'm going to start it right away with
that I've been dying to see.
So that answers this question, because the question was from Amanda. Was Frances a Selena fan, being she's a Latina from Texas? What is your answers, Frances?
Huge Selena fan.
What's your favorite Selena song?
I think the one that gets me the most is probably Beady Beady Bum Bum.
Song.
Yeah. I mean, when I'm cooking or cleaning, the kids love to dance to that as well. But yeah, I was a huge fan.
What made you? Were you a fan before the movie? Because the movie.
Oh yeah, way before the movie. We were supposed to go see her, right before she passed. We were going to go see her in concert in Texas, but it didn't happen.
You?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we were all so excited.
Because she was in her mid-20s when she was murdered, right?
Yeah.
I think she would have had she already had an amazing career, and I think it would have only gotten better and stronger. But we haven't seen the Selena series yet. We talked about it when I was in Nashville last week, but I told her, you have to wait for me before you could start the series.
Because he takes forever, guys. He's like, wait for me. No, I promise we'll watch it.
I still haven't finished Breaking Bad, and I know that is fantastic. So
in your defense, you did just get back.
Yeah, but we'll watch it. Hopefully by the end of this week, we will have watched it.
I'm going to hold you to it.
Lena has a great question. Hi, guys. Do you call each other every day when you are apart? Much love to you both. Fran, what's that answer?
The answer is yes. I think that you probably call me more because I feel like when you're gone, I know you're busy. So I try not to bother you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I actually was thinking about that. I've been to Nashville probably 8 times, 9 times, maybe more.
Maybe more.
So let's just say 10 times. And each time I go, it's about for either, I'd say on average of 10 days. Right?
Yeah.
Average 10 days? I can honestly count on my hand how many times she's called me. And when I say that, she texts me, I love you, I miss you all the time. But I'm saying to call me with an issue or with a question, it's probably been 2 or 3 times. And I was thinking about that because it allows me to really get into a creative space. And if I haven't told you, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Because it really does help me be creative.
That's done purposefully, though.
I know it is.
Because you're creating, and I don't want you to have like stress from home. And it's like, if it's not a dire situation, I'm just not going to bring it up to you.
So I want to thank you for that, because that does help a lot. But I try to call. It's me who's calling her on my drives, usually to and from the studio. Not just to check in, but also to get her opinion on my music.
Yeah.
Do you like that song? He's
got some good ones, you guys. Got some good ones.
You can release a name. What's one that you're excited for?
I love them both, but I am when it comes to your ballads, I just love your ballads.
So which one?
Dream Girl.
You're excited for that?
I am. It's good. It's a good one.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited for that one as well. To share it with you all. Bommy wants to know, what's your take on kids and cursing? Franny, what's your take? Rio just walked in.
Sorry, guys. Yes, my love.
Can we have my iPad at the TV for
sorry
our dolls?
See, why did you?
Yes, you can.
Rio.
But we're on a live.
Can he come and say hi, or he's not allowed to because of his hair?
His hair is your hair.
So
come here, my love. Come say hi. Let him see your morning beautiful hair.
Hi.
Okay, so there you go, Rio.
I love you.
We're gonna be done in a minute, okay,
The answer is yes, Rio. Go ahead, my love.
What? We're gonna use it as a TV show.
Okay.
Give me 5. That sounds great. Yes. All right. So, what's your take on kids and cursing, friend? What's your take on kids and cursing?
I don't think that they should curse. Look, I don't think that they should curse, but I kind of curse a bit. So, but I never, I don't curse in front of my mother. And I feel like the respect should always be there for your parents, not to curse in front of your parents. Our older kids are really good about that.
And I never cursed.
Yeah, he still doesn't curse. So
I don't curse. And I don't think kids should curse.
Yeah, I don't.
I think it's, but the truth of the matter is I'm sure they do. And I know Royal curses a bit when he games.
Yeah.
And the problem
And I've actually talked to him about that.
Yeah, just because a kid curses doesn't mean you can't still express how you feel about it. And even if they're an adult, if they're yours or someone that you feel like you can help influence, I think it's cool to say, be careful with that, because if it's done too loosely, then you can lose some respect in certain rooms.
Yeah.
And you have to be careful with that. And you don't want to teach your kids to just have dirty, vulgar mouths. So
yeah. And sometimes I get it. Sometimes it's a little necessary. I do curse, but I try to be careful in front of the kids. TJ always laughs at me when I curse, because maybe it's because you don't curse.
I do?
And yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's like a giggle you give me.
Really?
Yeah.
When you curse?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I'm laughing at your cursing. I think I'm laughing.
Are you uncomfortable about it?
No, I think I'm laughing at how the mood you're in that made you curse.
Yeah, I don't normally curse when I'm angry, though. Yeah. So.
All right. Casey wants to know, do you feel you should encourage your kids to express their individuality, even if you don't understand or agree?
I do.
I do too.
I think it's very important. And, I think one of our kids is just kind of like, you want to say who it is? I mean, she's just very creative. Dee Dee,
okay.
I think her personality is the most different from all the other kids, but she's very creative, and it's just who she is. And I love that about her, that she can express herself in that way.
Yeah. And I think you got to lean into it. And this is something that I've learned as I've gotten older. Kids need to be able to express themselves.
Especially at home.
Yeah. Well, I think,
they should be comfortable.
Definitely at home. And I think in general, I think it's important for kids to be able to express themselves so that they could feel self-confidence and self-worth. I think the one role that we as parents should have is to make sure that expression is something that's coming from them and not from a peer.
Yeah.
Not from peer pressure. There's a difference between letting your kid just follow others and do bad things, or, questionable individuality things.
There's one that I don't let them cross that line, is when it comes to dressing inappropriately. I will never be okay with that. And my girls know that.
What's the reason?
I don't know. I just don't feel like, that I never did it, and none of my family ever did it. And it's almost like feel comfortable in your own skin. I just don't feel like it's a necessary thing to walk around half naked. I just don't. I just feel like, know your self-worth.
Know your self-worth.
Yeah.
And you feel that when you're walking around half naked, it does what? It just, I'll tell you my opinion.
Yeah, go for it.
I think when women walk around, and this is something that's been very interesting. I've always actually been attracted to more reserved, more covered women, if that makes sense. I don't know. I have. I mean, let me say it this way.
Let's clear this up.
Obviously, as a male, I love the female body. Of course, right?
So do I. They're beautiful.
Okay. So I love the female body. However, if for me to be with someone and to have a deep relationship, I am more attracted to people who are more covered up.
Or like you said, just more reserved, I think.
I just think it's important for women to not, quote unquote, rely or not to if they're covered up more, then I think you see you get to learn about the true them more, and you're learning. You're getting to see if a guy, it's kind of, I guess, like a guy, you're gonna get to see if he's really into for you and your character, and not, because body fades.
I've always been very modest. Always. I don't know if it was my mom. It was a little much. She used to make us wear t-shirts over our bathing suit. I think that's a little too much.
When you guys would go swim?
Yes. But that's because of her past. So I understand why she had us do that. But she taught us to be very modest and just, you don't need that to get attention. You don't need that for someone to love you or like you.
Yeah, I agree. Because and Dee Dee's so into her Japanese style.
Yeah.
Her anime style and oversized clothes and things. And I encourage it. I want her to experience different things and to feel good about herself and to be her own self. And she's been liking anime for years now, and it's getting more and more popular. And I think it's good for her and her self-confidence and worth. I mean, even JoJo's getting into it, and that's a lot because of Dee Dee.
Yeah.
Kelsey wants to know, what is your self-care routine? You want me to start?
Yeah, because you don't really have one.
I don't.
He's so lucky.
I want to get one, though. I feel like I should be getting one to preserve myself better.
Yeah, I wonder. That's so broad, though. Self-care is,
Okay, so I shower every night. I used to shower every morning.
But that could also be reading, meditating.
Let's keep it on hygiene.
Okay.
I try to read every night. I don't get too well. We actually talked about this last night because she does like to watch her TV shows, and a lot of it's because I'm working late.
Yeah.
So we made an agreement.
I need some company, you guys. So
we
Chris
made an
Cuomo
agreement.
is my man.
Yeah, Chris Cuomo was very cool. But we made an agreement. Well, what is our agreement? We made this agreement last night.
That
let's see if she was paying attention.
You are going, because half the stuff I feel like you're talking out of the side of your neck, but it's okay.
She would have used a different word.
Yes, I would have.
But go ahead, honey.
I think it was that you will be you'll be upstairs by 9:30 every night. Every night, stretching it. So I said 3 times a week is
and then
good.
We said weekdays.
Yeah. Okay. So 9:30, and then we were going to connect by reading or just talking about our day.
No TV.
Yeah, no TV.
So if I'm upstairs in our room by 9:30 p.m., the TV does not go on.
Dang it.
If I am late for whatever reason and it's 9:32, the TV can go on and she gets to control the remote. Right? Okay. And then we'll watch Chris Cuomo, which is fine.
Do you get a grace period?
What do you mean?
Like, if you're not up there by 9:30.
No, now I'm going to be up there at 9:30. 9:30 is 9:30. So
we'll see you guys next week.
That's what we're going to try to do every weekday.
Okay.
Because I actually did an end of the year kind of assessment on, we haven't even talked about the self-care routine, but we'll get there, Kelsey. I'm sorry. Yeah. But
that is part of self-care.
I did an end of the year assessment just a couple of days ago, and I want you and Royal and Lexi and Prince to do it.
Okay.
Just to make sure everything is in balance. Your career, your health, your spouse, your relationship, and your spirituality. There's a couple other things. And the one area I know I can improve, which may be a shock for many of you, is the relationship. Because I've been working a lot and I have to do better at compartmentalizing.
Yep.
That's a tougher word.
Compartmentalizing. You just got to say it all together.
Compartmentalize?
It's just
no, there's an A in there.
No, it's compartmentalizing.
Okay, whatever. That. I got to do a better job at blocking off certain times and certain days of when this is going to happen and when this is not going to happen. So that's one of my New Year's resolution, is to get a little bit more, get a better hold on my schedule to preserve all aspects of my life.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, now let's get to the self-care. I don't use anything. I want to start trying to use something.
But maybe that's regarding something else, though. Self-care is such a broad term.
What do you use for your self-care?
Well, self-care.
Okay, what do you use for hygiene self-care?
Hygiene, I don't use much.
Do you use like
I use a face wash.
Called?
It's called Alba Pineapple
Jessica
Enzyme.
Alba?
No.
Oh, that's Honest, right?
Yeah, it's like it's supposed to be organic. I don't know how organic it is. But anyway, I like it. I wash my face with that. And then I just use like rose water witch hazel.
How do you get rose water witch hazel?
I order it. You put it in a bottle and you spray your face.
Oh.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
Okay. Did you do that just at night?
At night and in the morning.
Should I do that?
Yeah.
What will it do?
It's really good for your pores.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So there you go. Have we answered this one?
Which one?
The one right here?
You know I can't see it.
Well, we're going to answer it again. Michael Jackson fan wants to know, what advice would you give someone who is bisexual and is too nervous to come out to their parents?
You got some?
No, I'm going to let you answer this one first. I think you answer this better than I can.
I honestly think honesty is always the best policy. Look, it's always going to be hard for you. And I would love to have Lexi and Lee on one day and talk about it, because they say it's still hard to say it, even though they're happy and out and feel good. It's, I think in the beginning, it's always difficult. And this is such a huge topic and such an important topic that I would love to have Lexi and Lee on one day and talk about that. But anyway, we just discussed this recently, and I think that you just have to come out and be honest. As a parent, that's what I would want for my child. I would want them to be able to come to me and just tell me exactly how they feel. And then we go from there, because if you lead with love, everything's going to be okay.
Good. I think she said it perfectly, as I knew you would, huh? Okay, Nicole wants to know, hey, Francis and TJ, first, thank you for doing these lives. I love you both.
Hi, Nicole.
Do either of you have a bucket list, place to go, thing to do?
Yes, and love you too, Nicole. What's yours? I want to know yours. I think you know mine.
I want to go to, this is the only problem with doing lives. You can sound so stupid when you don't say anything right. Michi Picchu.
What?
In South America. Oh my gosh, why did I even say that? I should know. And I do know this. It's just like, it's all escaping my mind. But you all know what I'm talking about. And yes, it is harder to say. But I want to go to Machu Picchu. I think it's in Peru. Please be right. That's one thing I definitely want to do. I want to go to Africa, and I want to go to India, to the Taj Mahal. Those are 3 things that are on my bucket list. Skydiving? No. I don't think that's on my bucket list, at least anytime soon. I could go life without that one.
Yeah.
There's some cool simulations that can get me close to that feeling, and I'm good there. What about you, hon?
For me, it's pretty simple. I would love to also do Africa, South America. But I think my nearest, like in the near future, I would love to go to Greece.
Oh, yeah. You've been talking about that.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's our bucket list places. Toria says, no one is the first video where you are the leading lady, Francis, even if it's just a lyric video and pictures.
Thank goodness for that.
Any plan to be a real leading lady in one of TJ's videos?
We have actually talked about this before. And I just don't think I could ever do it. I just don't know if that's me. I love to be behind the camera, not in front of the camera. I just don't.
You say behind the camera. What do you mean by that? You just don't like to be anywhere near cameras.
Yeah, well, I like to be behind the scenes. I like to help you in what you're doing to look your best.
Yeah, and you've styled all my videos, right?
Yeah.
Or at least had a hand in them.
No, well, pretty much, yeah. Picked everything out, and yeah.
Yeah.
And I take pride in that. But we've talked about it, and you're like, would you? And I was like, probably not.
Let me interject. There's a song that I'm saving that will be on my Pressure album, which will be released
a good song
in 2022. And yes, in 2022, not 2021.
You better give me some time to get in shape.
This is your warning.
Oh, God.
And I want to do a really cool, beautiful, romantic video with Francis. Why you have that expression?
Because that just brings me so much anxiety.
That's the goal. It would be cool to me for us. We both need to get in shape with the vision I would want to do.
Yeah, I'm down.
Oh, you are?
I'm down to get in shape.
So yes, yes, but and Toria,
yes.
Great job with the lyric video.
It was so beautiful, Toria.
For everyone who hasn't seen it, again, the No One music video. I don't think I could do this twice, so I may just be pointing to the tree with no thing. But anyway, if you want to watch, it'll be in the description. The No One official lyric video was just released. It showcases Miss Frances Jackson as well as myself. But Toria came up with the idea and put the whole lyric video together as a surprise. And I was blown away and thanked her, obviously.
Thank you, Toria.
And now we get to have it out there for you all to see and for us to always have.
We loved it.
So big thank you. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Great. We have great questions. Okay. Fat81 says, hi, guys. How do you teach your children about self-compassion? That's
something, honestly, I feel like I say like 20 to 30 times a day. Because siblings are going to go at each other and argue a bit. My thing is always lead with kindness. Lead with kindness. Are you being kind? And constantly, are you being kind? Are you being positive? Are you having compassion? So I think we have to maybe do a better job of showing them, because I feel like I'm constantly reminding them. But because of COVID, it's been a little hard.
Yes. And you're talking about compassion, which is all great stuff. That's why I didn't cut you off. Yeah. But this is about self-compassion. So having compassion for yourself.
Oh.
And that is another thing.
Well, I think when you have compassion for yourself, you automatically...
Or for others?
Yeah, you have it for others as well.
Yeah. I think sometimes...
You should anyway.
Sometimes we could be hard on ourselves. And we have a couple of children who are hard on themselves. And all we can do, in my opinion, as a parent, is to remind your child to believe in themselves and to not be hard on themselves.
Yeah.
You know, that making mistakes is a blessing. It's a beautiful thing. And you could point out examples. If they won a contest, there's not much learning that can be had when you win first prize. But if you came in second or you came in third, perfect example, Dee Dee ran for student council, shocked us a couple years ago. She did not win, but we talked about that and we discussed what can you learn to maybe for next time that you can give yourself a better chance to win. And if you could try to get your kids' mindset to think that way versus I'm no good, I'm not worth anything. That's an important thing. So you just got to use the examples that are going on in their life. And if you feel it's an issue with the child, you got to just stay on it more.
Yeah.
You know, and really try to help your kids. Look, all we could do as parents is try to help prepare our kids the best we can.
Yeah.
That's it. You know, and if you do it with love and from your heart, you will be more successful more times than not.
And let them know that they're worth it, that they're, to have that self-love for themselves. That's really important, that they are enough.
Yeah. Sabina asks, hi, TJ and Francis, what is the most important thing you have learned this year and why? Love you both. You need a minute?
Yep.
Sabina, the most important thing I've learned, I should say I was reminded by, is the importance of family.
That's what I was going to say.
Okay, you could finish it off and then I could switch it up because I learned a couple other things.
Okay, so yeah, I don't want to cut you off.
Yes, you're good.
Okay, so my thing is that before quarantine, we were so busy, extremely busy. I mean, really, maybe we had one day to be with each other with nothing going on, but probably not. I learned that to slow down and enjoy the simplicity of life. Our kids were busy, we were busy, and it was draining.
Yeah.
And, I do miss it a bit. I do miss it, but I probably won't go back to that lifestyle.
Yeah.
I won't let us.
I think you're right, honey, because we were so busy, and we've been busy for years, where we are always, every weekend we had a lot to do. Kids game, kids this, kids that. Obviously it's mostly the kids stuff, but we have a lot of kids and they have a lot of activities. We do believe in keeping kids busy. Mm-hmm. So we were super busy, and this pandemic slowed everything down and kind of reshaped that mentality that, there's more to life than just being on the run. Mm-hmm. And you could still do things and keep your kids active within the home. Yeah. So that's probably the most important thing I've learned. The other thing that I think I've learned is also the power of YouTube. And this is going to sound silly, and I knew she'd laugh. There it was. But goodness, you can learn everything on YouTube. I had no idea.
YouTube was his wife for a while.
I'm a learner. I can't help it. I discovered you can get into a rabbit hole of learning things. So I learned a lot of stuff professionally and career-wise. And, I'm into business and real estate. So I learned a lot there. Everything I ever had an interest in, I was and still learning with YouTube. So that was one kind of non-big thing that I've picked up and learned. As we were just talking about this. Spill the Tea asks, how do you, TJ and Francis, feel about Dee Dee getting older? I can't believe she's going to be 13 soon.
Me either.
So I picked this question because just last night we made it a point to both go say goodnight to her and spend several minutes in our pajamas with Dee Dee. And she was FaceTiming a friend.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it because my little girl is becoming a woman.
Yeah.
And it's very scary. And just seeing how happy she is, or she at least was during that moment, was really fulfilling. And as a parent, I think that has to be our number one thing is to guard their happiness. Mm-hmm. And yes, it's a weekend, but FaceTiming at 10, we could have easily said it's bedtime, go to bed, but she was too happy. And it's too sweet. And those kind of things, you got to let those moments ride. I believe that sometimes you got to stretch rules and to help make sure your kids are happy, especially during a pandemic, and especially in 2020 when suicide rates are higher and there's a lot of depression going on. So any moment you can be happy, try to prolong that. Anything else you want to say about this comment?
That was, kind of makes me sad, but yeah.
Vanessa asks, what do you think is the most important element for a good communication with your parents? Love you guys.
Hi, Vanessa. That's a good question.
And what's your response?
I think being open. Your parents want to know how you're feeling. Your parents want to know what's happening, what's bothering you, what you love. I think genuinely parents want to know. And a lot of kids, probably even us, you think, oh, you're a teenager. My parents, like, they're so uncool. They're really not. At one point in their life, they were cool people, and that's what I try to tell my kids. They're like, Mom, are you sure you were ever cool? But it's, you want to share things with them, make time for them. Because right now with technology, it's so easy for younger people to just get taken away by their phones or their iPads, their computers. Make sure that you're communicating with your parents, and parents, make sure that you're just kind of checking in on your kids. It's important.
Yeah. I think you're right. Being open, being honest, being direct, and
in a respectful way,
and being consistent.
Yeah.
Don't let time go too long, mm-hmm. and even if you only have 5 minutes, check in or just send a text. That goes a long way in continuing strong communication between yourself and a parent. You can also, I don't know the age of your parent, but if they're older, you can get them one of those Echo devices, Echo shows, or the Google Nest Hub. Why are you smiling like that?
Yes, it's funny.
What is funny about that?
Because I'm thinking about my mom, and would she know how to work that thing?
No,
she'd probably be yelling at it the whole time.
You set it up, and then you just explain, and that way you have an easy communication. I think it's super important.
Yeah,
I really do. We'll do 2 more questions. We're already at 30 minutes. I don't know how this happens, but we'll be at 30.
It's fun. That's why.
Is it fun?
Yeah.
It is a good time. It is a good time. I'm trying to find a good one. Should we go here? Lizzie wants to know, TJ and Francis, do you believe in ghosts?
I think I do.
Yeah.
Well, Rio has, when he was about between 1, well, we'll say 1 and 3, he used to like talk to someone and say, "Do you see my friend?"
I do remember that.
Yeah. And I'm like, and is anyone going to believe me? I was like, TJ, you have to come and see this. And he's like, Mom, he's right here. He's right here. He's really nice. And I was like,
maybe he was
goodness.
Dreaming.
Honey, he was awake playing in the hallway.
Well, maybe we got to ask him about that. Has he been seeing this friend?
He has not.
So how old was he when this happened?
He was about 3. Yeah, he was about 3 years old.
Well, I'll say this. I do believe spirits.
Yeah.
I do. I'm sorry. I believe sometimes, even my mother, I believe sometimes her influence can be on me and be around me.
The energy.
I do.
Yeah.
As far as ghosts, the way, society has described them, I don't necessarily believe in that.
Yeah, I believe in spirits as well.
But that would be my answer. And that was a very open answer. Any other questions? There's so many, but I guess we'll end with this one.
Make it a good one, TJ.
I know, I'm trying.
Make it a good one.
Oh my goodness, there's so many good ones. Okay, we'll end here.
Where are we ending at?
What? Okay, we'll end it here. We're gonna go against each other. So we're gonna add to this question. What is a habit that bothers you? So I'm going to tell you something that bothers me about you, and you tell something that bothers you about me.
Okay.
Okay. You want to go first?
Nope, you go first.
Something that bothers me about you?
Uh-huh.
You falling asleep with the TV on. Don't like when she falls asleep with the TV on. I was always taught, and I believe that when we're asleep, subconsciously, we can pick up a lot of things. And if you fall asleep with the TV on, and the TV is mostly negative or news, it can penetrate your mind and make you more negative or more, right? But
hasn't happened to me, though.
It hasn't happened to her. She's very positive. She's always upbeat. She's always seeing the brighter side of things.
And I don't believe everything I'm watching either, though. I'm really good with that. I just want to see what's going on.
But yeah, I like to let the mind completely rest before going to sleep. So what I like to do, I try. I like to read, and then when you read at night, you often fall asleep, right? So sometimes I'll fall asleep, and then I'll try to read again, and then I'll fall asleep again. Boom, the Kindle gets closed, lights are off, I'm out. That's how I used to try to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore. If I fall asleep once, then that's it. How about you, honey? What's something that bothers you about me?
Well, there's a couple, but I'm going to say probably the one that bothers me the most is you probably...
We're doing a live,
We're
Rio.
almost finished, and that is really cool.
I'm in the land.
Okay, come in and describe it to everyone so they can
turn it around. He's in the land. Wait.
So it's in the land.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then when you go to the password, that's when the rocket's shooting off.
Okay.
Okay, it's a Minecraft world?
And then look.
Wow.
You get to space.
That's really cool.
Okay,
Rio.
so here's Rio's desktop. And then here's with his plan. He's really into space. That's very cool. And I actually want to show you something on Minecraft I learned. But got to do it after this, okay, buddy?
Okay, we'll be out in 2 minutes.
All
2
right.
minutes.
Okay, Mama, what bothers you about me?
The one thing that really probably irritates me, I feel like it's just not healthy for you, is you going to sleep or waking up with your phone or computer.
Yeah.
I think it's so unhealthy.
Which one bothers you more? Going to sleep at night with my phone or waking up with my phone?
Waking up.
Like
that's the first thing you're grabbing. And to me, it's like you're already starting your day off stressful because you're going through so many things and you're probably just looking at what you need to do, but give yourself some time to wake up.
She's right. You're 100% right. And I used to get notifications. I still get notifications, but I used to get notifications from like CNN, and it would be like breaking news stuff, with natural disasters primarily, and, or a big news story of a passing of someone. And I learned that it was messing with my morning vibes because I would wake up and literally expect negative news. And it was very unhealthy. So I put on Do Not Disturb. And then in 2021, I'm taking it a step further and going to try to not touch my phone for the first 2 hours of the day. That's something I'm really going to try to do. This was supposed to be our last question.
I know, but I just saw a funny one.
So she's going to queue up another question. Did you find it?
Him.
Okay. But yeah, so that's one of my main goals is to put the phone away and wake up naturally and feeling good and more simple and more with what I need to do to maintain my health physically.
I'm going to make sure you do it though.
Yeah, it's important.
I'm going to make sure.
It's important. I've fallen off in that way, and that's something I'm going to do. Francis found her question. This is going to be a fun one. You ready? This is from Josh's Empire.
You're going first.
If you guys both could remarry to someone else, who would you marry? Now, this is a hard one. Ready?
This is easy for me.
It's easy for you.
It's so easy for me.
I know who it is. I know who it is for her.
I don't know if you do, but okay.
Ooh, that just threw me for a loop. I actually think I do know who it is. I think you changed it recently. Did you?
I want to know who you think I would marry.
I would have guessed it would have been Will Smith.
Okay, but
that's not the right answer, right?
No.
It's the guy from that show, Jane's Virgin.
No. I love him. I love him as a person, but not in that way.
And it's not Enrique.
No.
So who is it? Now you got me curious.
No, you go first and then I'll give my answer. But that is a good question.
Well, now, when we say remarry, is this like knowing their personality or just off of looks? Because we don't really know these people.
Exactly.
So what are we going to decide on?
You go off of looks.
Off of looks?
Sure. I mean, because as a man, isn't that what you would do first
no,
anyway?
That's not what I would do.
Okay.
I don't believe in just marrying someone off their looks, people. I think we got to go with looks in combination with personality.
Okay.
That we know of them. Because let's be honest, when it comes to celebrity, all we can base off is appearance.
Yes.
Because we don't really know them.
Yeah.
But we're going to go off of what we think we know of that person. Cool?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who would I remarry? Do you have someone in mind? Would you set me up with someone? Who are you thinking?
I don't think I would. Because I wouldn't want to be the,
This is one of those I'm going to answer. I'm like, dang, I should have went with this person.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be responsible for any turmoil that may. So I would not recommend.
This is a hard one. It's not. I'll tell you this. I can't really think of someone who's living here. It'd have to be someone who comes in, does their work, and then leaves California. I'm not attracted so much to the traditional celebrity who needs the.
So who would that be?
I don't know. That's why it's hard. But you know who was up there? But I actually heard a negative thing about her personality. Don't know if it was true, but someone said it was Sandra Bullock, someone like that. She lives in Texas and on a ranch. That's more my style. But there's someone else.
Who?
Do you want to know?
I want to know.
I don't know. Can you go?
Nope. I want to know.
If I knew, I would share it.
Oh, you don't know?
No.
You said there's someone else.
It's like they're hanging there and I can't grab them. I can't.
My answer honestly is simple. I would not remarry.
Hey.
I would not. There is not any person.
Honey, I don't like hearing that though.
Yeah, but I would not. You're the person I love.
We actually discussed this.
I just would not. I don't feel the desire to do it. I love you. If anything were to happen between us, we are going to be the best of friends. Always. Yes. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't.
We've discussed this, and I've even said, if something were to ever happen to me, I want you to know you have my complete blessing to remarry, to get into another relationship. And not only do you have my blessing, I'm asking you to. I just ask you to be patient and to make sure they check all the boxes. But if something were to happen to me, I would definitely want her to be with someone else. I think it's a sweet sentiment.
I would date, but I don't think that I would remarry.
Really?
I just don't. Why? I mean, they'd have to be perfect, and no one's perfect. No one's perfect. So dating, I would date, but I would not.
That kind of hurts my heart.
I just wouldn't. No.
Well,
I'm good. I had the love of my life, so, I'm good.
I love you, honey. That's very sweet of you.
It's the truth, though.
It's very, very sweet. Well, in that case, I'm not going to share.
Come on.
I would be awfully shallow if I was like, and I would remarry.
He would, because he needs it.
I just think
you better get a good one.
Would you be okay if I got remarried?
I would. If that made you happy, yeah. I would be probably a little sad, but I would be happy for you. Honestly, you need it.
I need it?
Yeah. Yeah. You need to be taken care of.
Am I that bad?
You're not bad. You just need to be taken care of.
Well, there you go. That's very sweet in a way. I mean, it felt like a little bit of a diss.
No, it's not a diss, but but I think you love you didn't always, but you're that guy that you're just not going to be with different people. You're not going to date around. That's not you.
I want a companion. I want a friend. Yeah. I want someone I can grow with.
Yeah, I want a friend and a companion too, but I don't want them living with me.
We don't know, hon. We don't know. Hopefully that won't be an issue. But Josh, that was a fun question.
That was fun.
We are at 40 minutes, so it is time to wrap up a Family Rules Q&A. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We want to remind you to subscribe and to hit the bell. We are going to do a podcast tomorrow that will be out on Monday. And that is it. We want to wish everyone a happy, happy, happy holidays. We love you all.
Stay safe.
Please stay safe. We're going to go on again. We're going to do one more live before the new year. So we'll do an end of the year one. But until then,